Hi and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to have a first look at Cypher 2, and if you watched my Black Friday video you will know that I bought this. I got an even bigger discount than the one that they are showing here. As I mentioned, if you happen to have the ROLI Studio already, you will get an extra discount. So I got Cypher 2 for just under £50, which was a bit of a bargain considering it is £159. I don't know when their Black Friday is going to finish, it doesn't really say, but you are getting quite a good deal on the software, 40% off basically. Strobe 2 and Cypher 2 are both similar, kind of more traditional synths, and Equator 2 is, like I said, a bit more like pigments with all the different wave types. So start with 3 versatile oscillators, twist and modulate. Cypher's 2 3-circuit modelled oscillators in any direction you like with morphing waveforms, FM, hard sync and ring mod. 5 carefully modelled vintage filters and a digital comb filter plus 2 wave shapers. Cypher 2 goes from subtle to superheated in an instant. Then modulate everything from anything. So this is where it gets a bit different. So Cypher 2's secret sauce is transmod, modulation matrix analog synth can only dream of. Just click and drag to create or destroy. So yeah, so it looks completely different than your kind of normal mod matrixy type thing. And this bit here is kind of like a kind of snapshot bit for presets. So, and as you can see, you've got sequencer, synth and effects and an easy and an edit mode. So that's quite cool as well. Combine and recombine up to 6 effects from a toolkit of 30 to sweeten, spice up or supercharge your sound. And of course, everything here can be modulated too. Various kind of drop downs here. So you've got EQs, you've got compressors, delays, bit crushers, chorus, and more bit crushers. So you've got effects A and effects B, and you can run them in parallel or serial, I would imagine. So Cypher 2 is designed for MPE controllers like Seaboard and Piano M. Use transmod to turn intuitive gestures into musical modulation or mayhem. So sequence your sound, conjure up evolving soundscape, polymetric pulses and more. Cypher 2's built-in sequencer features MPE support and 3 dedicated tracks for modulation. So yeah, so you've got mod 1, 2 and 3, so you can have different sequences going on, and it is pretty cool. And it has an ARP there as well. It's a bit different. I mean, it's not kind of what I was expecting. So most of the sounds that I liked in studio were from Equator 2, but I think that's just because there wasn't really that many from Cypher 2. But now that I've used it, I really like it. It's, like I said, it's a lot more traditional kind of and easier to use, I would say, than Equator 2. So you are getting 3 expressive oscillators, 1300 presets, and 500 of those are built for MPE and 800 built for standard controllers. So even if you don't have a Seaboard, you can still use this and get some great sounds out of it. You've got expanded LFOs, twin analog modeled filters, intuitive transmod system, default MIDI CC mapping, MPE compatible step sequencer, effects including distortion, phase mod and vintage delay emulation. So preset morphing and randomization. Select up to 8 presets to seamlessly morph between and add randomization amount for unpredictable parameter modifications. System requirements. So you need Windows 10 and Mac OS 10.13 or later, and native M1 and Mac support for standalone and plugin versions. So, and you need at least 4 GB of RAM, but 8 GB recommended. That is kind of Cypher 2 in a bit of a nutshell. I think I will probably maybe just start off with some presets rather than doing a kind of overview deep dive, because I think you will be a bit surprised as to how good this thing actually sounds. Get the Seaboard 2 hooked up and we will just hear what it sounds like. Yeah, so here we are in Cypher 2, and this is not actually made by ROLI, unlike Equator's, they're kind of only one. So Strobe and Cypher 2 are made by Fxpansion, and they must have been kind of bought over by ROLI at some point. This is the synth page, you've got the sequencer, and then you've got the effects. And you can see you've got loads of drop downs here for equalizers, dynamics, delay and reverb, modulation, distortion. And this is your kind of mod matrix type thing. So like I said, we're going to have a look at all this in another video. I just want to kind of give you an idea of the sound of this. This is the edit mode, and then you've got the kind of next preset there, and then you've got easy mode here. So if you go to easy mode, you can actually get a better idea of what's happening with the macro controls. In the edit mode, the macro controls are a bit kind of lost. So if, for instance, if I adjust, if I go to my macro controls, if I adjust, you can kind of see it's oscillated to a wave shape that's getting modulated. And then you can kind of switch between this view to the XY, the key zones, and the maths, which I'm still not really getting to grips with the maths in Equator either. So normally I kind of stick to the S-wide. So it's similar to Equator, that you get a little description as to how to control the presets. So that is quite useful. So I'm going to go through the MPE presets. So I've gone through the pads and I have favorited some. As you can see, there are quite a lot of pads. So if we switch over to easy mode, it'll probably be easier for you to see what is going on with the macro controls, because that's the main thing I will be adjusting, and the XY. So this is the first pad and it's called Ambersoft, and they're all 5D, which means that they are a full MPE mode. So you can filter by auto, 2D or 5D. So I'm in auto, so obviously these are MPE rather than the standard presets. This is a smooth, rich ambient pad. So press to change wave shape and slide to add more harmonics. And then you can lift for a bright pluck. And then my three macro controls are spiky, distorted and harmonic space. So we'll take spiky down and bring up the harmonic space. So yeah, very nice. And you can see the XY motion is kind of just doing its own thing. Analogue Air, and this is a smooth pad reminiscent of analog polysynths. So press to open the filter and slide to introduce flutter. So we've got brightness, chorus, mix and formant sweep. So let's put the sweep on and a bit of chorus. And then let's bring in the XY, which is the phase motion and the wave morph. And we'll take off the formant sweep. Very nice. Angel's Egg. Play the digital edged pad gently for subtle atmospherics. Increase strike and press for more intensity and sustain. So we've got chorus, delay and detune. So we'll bring up the delay and bang on the mod speed timbre. So let's try Carbonite Attack pad. So this is mysterious and atmospheric with a bright but gentle attack. Press to add a vocal quality. Lift for a textured ricochet. I'm not really getting a textured ricochet on my lift. So let's see what else have we got. Dark Space Choir. Right, so let's make it darker, obviously. And I have to say, the XY pad is behaving itself a bit better in Cypher. It's not quite so jerky, although it's still not as smooth as I would like it. Right, we'll bring up the motion as well. That said, there's some very nice pads on this thing. We've got some EDM, so we'll try the reverse sidechain for a bit of pumping. So start with a gentle press to hear the ducking, then increase to open filter for hands in the air effect. Slide for an extending sweep. Lucid Beguilement. A swirling pad sound. Slide to increase movement. So we can bring up, this is at FM obviously, we've got two FMs. And we'll bring up the movement as well and bring in the pad a bit. Oh. That's better. We'll take the FM down a bit. I like that one. That'll be the Euclid displace then. It's gone mental. Cool is that? Galactic String Ensemble. The ideal sci-fi soundtrack tool. Right, up my street. So press the open filter and slide for gentle movement. And lift for octave pluck. The lifts are a bit subtle. Unless I'm not lifting properly. Right, let's bung some texture and phaser on. And some motion. So we'll just switch over to the edit and just see what this is looking like in the edit mode. And yeah, let's see. So it gives you a kind of better idea what's going on, obviously. So you can see the macro 3 is adjusting the amp envelope, and 2 is adjusting the oscillator waveforms on oscillator 1 and 3, and then the first one is adjusting something like the filter 1 and 2 cutoff. So that's it, it's not so easy to see what's going on as in Equator. In this view, but like I said, that's why you can kind of see in easy mode a lot easier, which is why it's called easy mode for your macro controls, because you do use them all the time. I mean, that is one of the main things. Lost Souls. This is nostalgic and haunting, worthy of long-held chords, right? Oh, let's go down a bit. So press to add more character, slide for atmospheric wash. And let's bring up the phaser and the ring mode. On the X and motion on the Y. That said, these are some pretty cool pads. I didn't think I was going to like Cypher 2 as much as Equator, but it's really grown on me. But that was mainly because of the presets in studio just weren't that exciting. So it's definitely worth 50 quid if you've got studio, even if you don't have an MPE controller. So this is Memories of Another Life. So press to open filter, that is quite a common modulation, is the press to open filter feature. Right, let's bring up the texture and the liquid shift, whatever that is. Alright. Very nice. We got Saturn's rings. Well, obviously I had to favourite that, didn't I? A deep space pad. Slide and press to explore space and lift for a special ending. Alright, let's bump up the sparkle. Oh, solar wind. I never saw the solar wind. Get that up. I'm not sure what the special ending is. Let's have a... Alright, let's bring in the XY and see what happens. So we get vibrato. It's different, I'll say that for it. This is a cool one. The Sinusoid Sky. Pure and resolute. Versatile either with a quick attack or held notes with some press. Slide to open the filter and lift for the bright pluck. Oh, we've got a plucky one. I tell you what, this Seaboard is the best thing for plucks. Right, let's put up the pluck attack and bring in some of the harmonics. Right, we'll take the attack down. I do like that one. Right, this one's called Slow-Mo, and this is a pulsating ambient pad. Press filter cutoff as usual and slide for FM. Oh, here we go. We've got a pulse. So we can add pulse swing and pulse speed. And a bit of delay. Very nice. Yeah, so that's the last one that I've favourited. So that's it for today's first listen of Cypher 2. And like I said, I will be doing obviously more of a kind of deepy dive going over some of the controls. A bit surprised that this is as good as Equator 2. This is just the pads. So we have got arps, bass, bells, brass, chords, drums, keys, leads, loops, mallets, organs, pads, plucks, sequence, special effects, string plucks, strings, synth, textures, vox and wind to get through. There could be a few other presets. Like I said, I always just go to the pads first, play through them because I just love pads. So I'll leave links to in the description for so that you can get this whilst it's on offer for Black Friday. And as usual, if you are enjoying these videos, please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in the next one.